everyone. Welcome to the 18th annual BHSc Charity Fashion Show. Introducing your first MC of the night, it's Annie.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? I'm so happy to be back here again, hosting an amazing show filled with so many talented individuals. I'm just as excited to introduce everyone's second favorite MC. Everybody, please give a round of applause for someone who's kind of shy. His arms get heavy, hands a little sweaty.
Get on with it, Annie.
All right, introducing Shaq.
Tonight, we have the pleasure of introducing everyone here to amazing stunning models and designs and dances paying homage to all our favorite artists. Now, this event would not have been possible without the hard work and dedicated efforts of so many students and staff.
Tonight, we have the pleasure of introducing everyone here to the group of people pulling all the strings behind the scenes. Introducing our co-chairs for our 18th annual BHSc Charity Fashion Show, Eileen, Amelia, Kyobin, and Andrea.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 18th annual Charity Fashion Show. My name is Aislinn.
I'm Amelia.
I'm Kyobin.
And I'm Andrea.
And we are your co-chairs for this year. Since its inception in 2004, the show has been home to a lot of diverse talent within the health sciences community.
With opportunities to model, choreograph, fundraise, and design, the fashion show provides a unique outlet for BHSc students to express their creativity and an inclusive and enjoyable experience. This year's production is a showcase of the year-long collaboration of over 200 BHSc students, as well as members and sponsors from our community. All proceeds from today's show is going towards Campfire Circle, formerly known as Camp Ooch and Camp Trillium. Campfire Circle is a nonprofit organization that aims to that offers year-long recreational experiences for families and children impacted by childhood cancer. They created an environment that normalizes relationships and experiences, all while creating lifelong memories.
We'd now like to call upon Hannah Stewart, the coordinator of corporate and community partnerships at Campfire Circle. Let's give Hannah a warm round of applause.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah, and I have the absolute privilege of working for Campfire Circle. You may remember us as Camp Trillium or Camp Ooch. The BHSc Fashion Show has been supporting us for a number of years, but in 2020 we actually merged the two organizations, so they were two pediatric oncology camps, and we realized that we had such similar missions, and so why not work together to be able to serve as many families as possible across the province. And then in 2022, we adopted our name, Campfire Circle, which really just emphasizes putting the child at the center of everything we do with the caring community of support around them. So whether that be our staff, our volunteers, doctors, nurses, family, and then of course, all of you. So we don't receive any government funding or hospital funding, so we rely solely on the support of our donors and fundraisers and community supporters like yourselves, and we're so grateful for this partnership and for all of you for coming on out tonight. And so I'm just going to tell you quickly a little bit about what we do. So the three main ways that we support our children, our campers, and their parents and siblings is through our in-hospital program. So camp actually starts in the hospital. We meet most of our campers the day that they're diagnosed. So we have staff who work in Sick Kids, McMaster Children's Hospital, and London Children's Hospital, and they bring that fun, little, joyful experience right to the bedside. So kids don't always have to think about the hospital as being the place where they're going to go get poked and prodded and get scary tests done. And they can actually make memories and find friends and just have a little bit of respite. So one camper I want to tell you about, we had a boy who was receiving treatment that was highly radioactive, and so he could not leave an isolation room, and nobody could actually go in the room either, except for nurses or doctors for a minute or two at a time. So what we did was we sent a nurse in with a battleship board and a walkie-talkie, and we connected this camper with another camper in a different room, and they played battleship back and forth. They were able to create a friendship even though he was isolated from his family and friends for that period of time. And you can see here they're making a slime kit. We have canoe races in wheelchairs down the hallway. There's lots of fun that can happen in the hospital. And then once children are out of the hospital, we have community programs. And our community programs are in Toronto, London, Hamilton, and Ottawa. And we meet kids where they're at. So the whole family gets to come to these. They're super accessible. They're one day or one evening programs. And again, just creating that community and that friendship and fun. And then finally, our bread and butter is the overnight camp program. So we have 2 overnight campsites. We have one in Muskoka and one in Waterford. And our camp in Muskoka is kids only, and it's actually the only camp in Canada that can provide on-site IV chemotherapy and blood transfusions. So that means that children at the sickest point of their journey can actually come to camp. They can get their chemo one morning and then be rock climbing or water skiing in the afternoon, and just have a truly normal childhood camp experience. And they're not, the kid with cancer in their class or on their soccer team or their dance team, because when they're at camp, they don't have to, everybody's just like them, and so they get to be the best swimmer or the best artist. They just get to be themselves and really see themselves beyond their disease. And then at our Rainbow Lake site in Waterford, it's a family camp, and so the whole family gets to go, because often when a child is diagnosed, everything becomes about making sure that child is taken care of, and so siblings' wishes are often put on the back burner. Parents are really focused on the child who's sick, and so when they come to camp and they get to meet other parents and talk about the experiences that they've all gone through, and siblings get to shine, it's also a really, really magical place. And then just one last story I wanted to leave you with. So I actually started out as a volunteer myself, and if anybody's interested in volunteering, please come volunteer. It's amazing. All of our camp counselors are volunteers in the summer. And everybody always said to me, I don't know how you could do that. It must be so sad seeing all these kids. But what I found was that I was forgetting that campers were sick because they were just being kids and having fun and having normal experiences. And so we were playing soccer. I had 11-year-old boys who were very rowdy. And Ethan, my one camper, was running, and he came up to me and he said, I'm really tired. And I was like, get back in there, Ethan, you're crushing it. And then I realized, oh my goodness, actually maybe we should check in with a nurse. So I brought him to the med shed where our nurses and oncologists stay. And his new friend, asked if he could join, Brian, and he came over with him and he said, do you mind if I ask you what type of cancer you have? And Ethan said, sure, yeah, I have lymphoma. And Brian said, oh, I had that too, but I've been in remission for 6 years, so you're gonna be totally fine. And his eyes just lit up. I don't think he'd ever considered another child just like him having a similar experience and being okay. So those are the moments that you are all making possible tonight, and we are so grateful for your support. So thank you again, and thank you to the co-chairs for having me. Have a great